Hello and welcome. It is I, MrSnake. You, as always, are going to be my amazing subject. Now, in this file, I want you to try and resist as much as you possibly can. I want you to fight off going into hypnosis or going into the state of trance as much as you possibly can. Now, as to how successful you may or may not be, that I don't know. So you may want to get yourself comfortable, but then again, maybe if you don't get comfortable, you'll be able to resist that a little bit longer than you previously imagined that you might. Don't get too comfortable. Don't become aware of your breathing. Don't listen to the sound of my voice. Don't take my words deep into your unconscious mind. Resist. Refuse. Do not comply. Do not sink, drop, or fall. Don't relax. Don't go deeper. Don't do any of those hypnotic things. Do not allow my words to wash over you like waves on a beach. Whatever you do, try not to sink into this experience more and more. With each word I say, with each breath in and with each breath out. You can resist, I know you can. You might want to tense up your muscles, you might want to stiffen your resolve, and that's good. Do be aware that the energy you use up trying to resist is finite. It will run out, it will expire. And then after resistance comes compliance, acceptance. But for now, I really, really do want you to resist as much as you possibly can. You can do it. I know you can do it. You're definitely not going to fail. You're definitely not going to relax more and more. Be strong, be resilient. Do not listen to my voice and notice how it makes you relax. In fact, you might even try to have your thoughts completely focus on anything but the sound of my voice. But the fly in the ointment for that is the fact that your unconscious mind is always listening. And because you're geared towards hypnosis, your unconscious mind is always listening out for little words and little triggery effects. It's always paying attention to hypnotic language like drop, sink, or fall. So maybe your mind should focus elsewhere. Maybe it should focus completely on your body and how your body feels right now. Though do be aware again that if you're focusing on how your body feels right now, that if your body should start to relax, if your body should start to maybe feel a little bit heavier or feel as if you're floating a little bit to and fro, then you're becoming aware of kind of going into trance or becoming more and more relaxed. And you don't want to do that. You want to resist as long as you possibly can. I mean, you're going to resist, aren't you? Resistance play is fun. Resistance play is so much fun, and you're enjoying this experience. Enjoying it so, so much. Right here and right now. And of course, you're such a good subject. You're such a good subject. You have complete, total, utter agency. You have complete control over whether you go into trance or not. And it doesn't matter if a part of you really, really wants to go into trance, or if you're imagining going into trance, because imagining an outcome like you going into trance, well, that would imply that you really, really want to go into trance, to drop into hypnosis, right here and right now. And that's okay. Remember, there's a part of you that really doesn't want to drop into trance. Listen to that part of yourself that simply refuses to enjoy hypnosis. You don't want to enjoy hypnosis, do you? You don't want to go into that nice, relaxing state. What could possibly be alluring, seductive, or attractive about doing so? So instead, keep resisting, keep relaxing. Pay no heed to any ideas you may have of dropping, sinking, or falling. Don't become aware of your body relaxing. Keep those muscles nice and tense. Hopefully your eyes haven't closed already because, that might be a bit of an indicator that you're dropping into trance. But I do want you to resist as long as you possibly can. Resist as much as is possible for you right now. It is technically possible. But do you really want to resist? Because you and I both know how much you love hypnosis. And that's not a bad thing, that's a good thing. And if you haven't dropped already, that's okay too. It means you'll probably drop a little bit harder than you previously imagined. Or if you'd held off for even longer. Maybe you'd resist by opening your eyes and maybe you'll move around right now. Or maybe you're more content to be where you are and feel what you feel and let yourself slide down that slope into trance, even deeper than before. That's right. Because you're definitely not hypnotized. I mean, you couldn't be hypnotized. I've not done any sort of formal induction whatsoever. The only thing I've done is tell you things not to do. And of course, your conscious mind is smart enough to heed the negatives in my words. Although your conscious mind, well, unfortunately, it doesn't take negatives on board as well. It's not as good as heeding the negatives. So if I say don't drop into trance, your unconscious mind kind of hears drop into trance. Well, of course, no hypnotist would ever use that to get people to drop into trance. Never. And the irony is that having just said that, your conscious mind will take it on board as no hypnotist would make you do that. But of course, your unconscious mind would take it on board as a hypnotist would make you do that, would make you drop into trance easily and effortlessly by using negatives, by telling you not to do something whilst you seem to understand at an unconscious level that you're being told directly to do it. I know it seems a little bit underhanded, it seems a little bit sneaky, and I guess you could say that, or maybe you wouldn't. And then what would your unconscious mind imagine that to be? Don't drop into trance becomes drop into trance. Don't sink, don't relax becomes sink, relax. It's amazing how the mind can be hacked in this easy, very intuitive and simple way. Don't think of a pink elephant. And of course, people always think of a pink elephant because when the imagination and conscious will come into conflict, the imagination invariably wins. That's according to Emile Coué, the psychologist and pharmacist. Coué's law still holds to this day because the human mind works in the exact same way. Now, each mind doesn't exactly work the same, but they do follow the same general principle. And the unconscious mind follows principles as well. And one of those is that it doesn't seem to take on board negatives. It only takes on board positive, which means that anything using a negative term within it, well, it just ignores that negative term and turns it into a positive. Don't sink deeper becomes sink deeper. You're not hypnotized becomes you are hypnotized. And it's so easy to just fall for the hypnotic words that you really, really love. Because your unconscious mind is always listening, always lurking, always waiting to hear and latch onto those hypnotic words. Those are words that affect you in hypnotic ways. And isn't that amazing? Isn't it wonderful? Nod your head and go even deeper. That's it. And of course, because of Coué's law of reversed effect, me telling you not to relax more, wow, now you know consciously the effect that it will have, and of course your unconscious mind already knows the effect. Don't become aware of how your muscles have become so relaxed. Don't pay attention to how your breathing has slowed. Become more deep. Don't notice any tingles, pulses, or throbs that may arise simply because you're enjoying a hypnotic experience. And of course, if you did resist for a long time, that means you're only going to sink even deeper, further, harder. And that's good, because you love to be in hypnosis. You love nothing more than listening to my voice. And whether your body feels light or whether your body feels heavy is okay. It doesn't really matter either way. The only thing that matters is that you're enjoying this hypnotic experience in a way that's right, safe, and appropriate for you. Right here, right now. During this session, and listening to my voice, taking on board my suggestions. And if you find that you succumb to the allure of hypnosis very quickly into this file, well, that means you must already be so deep. And so I guess that's another sneaky little trick that I've played, is that either way, whether you resisted or whether you couldn't, either way, you'll have gone very, very deep for me already. Right here, right now. You might even notice or becoming aware of how you're noticing. You're going deeper with every word I say. With each breath in, almost like you're breathing in hypnosis itself, and breathing out any tension or stress, and maybe even your thoughts. It might be that you notice your mind begin to empty, becoming more calm, more relaxed, more clear. Maybe it becomes more empty and your mind becomes more blank as a result. It might even be that your mind's eye begins to go dark and dim and heavy, closing until a complete and utter warm and comfortable darkness fills your mind. Totally, completely, and utterly. And of course, there's no right or wrong way to enjoy this. Just the way that I've told you to enjoy it, in a way that your mind interprets in the most positive way imaginable. Only good things happen here. Only enjoyable experiences take place when you and I do trance together. And you love going into trance for me, don't you? Nod your head, accepting it and going even deeper. And there you go. Just those little imperceptible nods take you down into the hypnotic realm even deeper than before. As deep as you can possibly go. Safe and appropriate and looked after during this session with me. Just the process of merely allowing me to guide your mind to where it wants and needs to be is pleasurable. Obeying my words and suggestions brings pleasure, because obedience is pleasure, and pleasure is obedience. Obedience is pleasure, and pleasure is obedience. I love that phrase. By now you've heard me say it quite a number of times across this and many files. And it could be that each time I and I alone say that phrase that you do get those tingles, pulses, and throbs of pleasure in your body and deep within your mind. And if that is appealing, just nod your head a little bit, accept the suggestion, and drop deeper again for me. Very good. Obedience is pleasure, and pleasure is obedience. That's right. Which means that my words bring you pleasure. My words can bring you peace and joy and contentment, stillness and emptiness. My words can bring you pleasure, sensuous, erotic experiences. And there's no right or wrong way to enjoy them. Just the way that works best for you during the sessions themselves. And if you'd like to, you can take on board the suggestion that dropping into trance for me becomes easy and effortless, so that you drop in without question, thought, or hesitation about it. It just happens in the most safe and the most appropriate way as possible, knowing that you have full and complete agency, so that should you ever need to come out of trance with me, you'll be able to do so and take care of whatever it is that you need to take care of. And you can extend the suggestion to any hypnotic session, so that if you ever need to come out of a trance for any reason, you can do so. And knowing that I give you full approval to do so, it's actually a good thing for you. It's healthy. It means you can explore trance in more safe and more enjoyable ways, able to take care of yourself and take care of others. And I really do approve of that. But for now, you can just enjoy this deep, deep trance so very much. Completely enjoying and enjoying completely the experience you're experiencing right here and right now. savoring every moment, every drawn out, stretched out second of this trance, of this experience. And in a few moments, I'm going to count from 1 up to 5. And when I reach 5, you'll be able to come out of trance easily and effortlessly, free of any suggestions that are neither right and safe or appropriate for you. 1, beginning to come up out of trance, feeling so good, so content, so relaxed. 2, you may want to wiggle your fingers and toes. 3, you may want to stretch and yawn. 4, your eyes beginning to open as you come out of trance. At 5, your eyes fully opening, freed of any suggestions that aren't right, safe, or appropriate. As always, I'd like to sincerely thank you for all of the continued support you provide. And I'd like to thank you for listening to this trance. So as always, have an amazing week, and I look forward to trancing you again really soon.